Test. Let's get started. Hello everybody and welcome back to the final night of Little Nightmares 2 with Sephiroth DX. We're going to finish this game, which may be something I regret tomorrow morning, because I don't know how long it's going to take us, but we're at the end game here, and we're going to end it. We just got past the civilians part, the last remnants of what I believe were the humans, the faceless creatures. And we also got past the doctor. Along with the teacher and the hunter, we have now been past 4-ish chapters. We saw the very first showing of the Hat Man, or the Tall Man, whatever you wish to call him. I like to call him the Hat Man. And he took 6 from us, leaving behind only a shadow. There and watches you like, huh, that's interesting. He's such a cool bad guy. Boss, monster, I don't know what you're gonna call him. That is so ominous. They're not unrunning. I believe this is where the feet start playing. Good old industrial. I got held up in those two doors. Wow, it just hits you right in the middle of that chase. He was not that close to me when I got here. Well then. Mono white. Mono didn't need those 3 spinal cords. Those back discs were not important. They're dust now. Neither are the ribs. They're also dust. But 6 is shadow. I know she was in the TV area trying to get out, but she's also out here. Like, there's 2 pieces of her. Believe me, I'm trying to run, guys. Mono can't run right now. He's not feeling so well. The tuba of horror and power. One moment, guys. Sorry. Dad duties. Okay. Oh, one moment. Okay, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. We'll continue. What purple calls us. Paled. That's the trophy's name, I guess, because of Pale City. That music sounds familiar. Slap, 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 slap. Bare feet on concrete. Excuse my coughs. Oh, one moment, guys. Okay, I'm back. Going this way. Fell through. cabin cabinet? Is that what that is? It's totally warped. No? This way. Follow the music. It's not the first time I've seen this kind of puzzle. I like how the doors are all warped and rolled up. Like this place is completely warped. There's a melted wagon over here. Can't even tell what that was. Oh, does it have to be pushed this way? Really? Why did I slide? Nada. Oh my god, how many doors are there in this place? Oh, I can't look up anymore. We'll reach the top, I guess. Yep. Those bears are creepy. Is that bear living or is he just floating? Okay, he's just floating. And there's our clue of what makes the big people little people. That would explain why in the very first game, or in the first game we played, Very Little Nightmares, that little girl was part of the enemy's team even though she was our size. On me. You need a haircut. I don't know what this place is. It seems to be like an in-between place. Why am I vibrating? Run! She didn't hit me. I started vibrating at the beginning of that comment. One moment. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's see if we can get going. Knock it. Six, calm down. I see some floating bottle. Oh, that's right. This is really bad. I was saying this is a floating bottle in the background. That might be normal, but I think that's a glitch. You're not floating. You're just floating in the air. Okay. Oh, we're back in this hallway. Okay. I didn't notice that before. There's a face on that wall. No, no, pick it up. Oh no, pick it back up. Oh no. Ground shatter. That was cool. So here we are again in this weird in-between void-like place. Every time we hit that music box, it sends us here. I just thought I messed it up. That static area is the same color as the hallway, by the way. Well, when we're fighting Six's boss fight, everything's turned purple. Or I guess red for y'all on the screen since it's tinted a little different. The purple is the same purple that was around the habit when we found him, so maybe it's the signal's purple. That was purple. That's red, that's all I have in there. Where's my axe? pay attention to what's happening around us. I'll share a theory here in a minute. Wow, I didn't think we can game this fast. We're at the very end of the game. This is a short stream tonight. But I will share some ideas. That also doesn't count any issues I have. That's enough of wrong. Why would Six betray us after all that? And after all the good she did in Very Little Nightmares? I have my theories, but I'll wait till the very end of the game for that. Also, this sounds really gross. Also, everybody runs that way. What if you run this way? Do you get the same thing? Run up. Oh, yep, we end up the same place. So no matter which way you run, you end up on this cancerous mass. And I'll let the ending play out for you guys. Welcome to a time paradox. Also, the way this pulls back, the hallway sideways looks very Twilight Zone. You notice it starts out blue, but then there's the pink of the signal room. I don't think I got the extra. We'll let it go out here, but I'm pretty sure I didn't get to all the shades. But we'll talk here as we pull out and go into the credits. So first, my son pointed out something when he was watching someone's modded first-person version of this game, I think, or something. I don't remember what he was watching. What we were watching, but many people wonder why 6 let go of Mono. Now there's implications that if she hadn't, she could have stopped the Hatman, because the Hatman would have never existed, but then you would have had a time paradox where none of that would have happened if it was a loop. You would have stopped the loop and something weird may have happened. Many people have, well, I don't want to give away the extra ending in case we got it, but I will tell you in a minute here. But my son noticed that when she's holding you there at the end, she seems to take a closer look at your face. And for the first time since she's known you, you don't have a hat on of any kind. No hat, no bag, nothing. She can see just your face. So she may see the similarities between you and the Hatman that stole her and turned her into a monster. And that's why she lets you go. Does she let you go because she's angry? Or does she let you go because she knows that if she doesn't, you won't become the Hatman? And thus, none of what happened happens. Either way could have worked out. People are also wondering if you are the Hatman the entire time. Is the same Hatman you defeated also you? I believe it is, and I will show you here in a minute why. I believe it's all you. Notice I told you to pay attention to something when we first started the game. I don't think we got the extra ending. I think the extra ending shows up before the credits. Loki, the associate producer. One moment. I'm back. So, yeah. Well, it should be. The credits should be here. I don't think the credits were that long. Good music either way. Amazing game. One of my favorite horror games of all time, easily. I do believe this is the best out of this trilogy. Of course, the first game was more of a puzzle game than it was a horror, but though it had plenty of horror elements. The next game is horror puzzle like this. It's a third-person side-scroller horror puzzle, and it was good for the very first game. But I believe this is where they perfected the game. This was definitely perfection. Now, as for the people and the mass at the end, I believe what we were seeing were two of the same things. The humans were getting their beings sucked into this TV, into the signal. For what purpose, I'm not entirely sure. It was the Hatman's deal. He was sucking humans into this large being and taking them into the city, almost like they're the entire Pale City, or they're the tower and the signal. It's not entirely sure, because I'm not entirely sure if the beings in there are now in control, always watching the what's left of humanity, just that mass, or if the Hatman, the signal leader, is in control. Because at the end there, it's kind of iffy. I think it's like a symbiotic parasitic relationship. The Hatman controls. He's the boss. He's the one doing everything. He's the one turning humans into that mass for his own plans. But the moment he's lost and his backup 6 signals lost, what's left of the humans who need that signal, who need to watch that signal at all times, their drive to that signal, come after Mono because he's the Hatman. He is technically the source of the signal. And they force him to become the Hatman so they can see that signal. They're not technically the boss. They're just acting on their impulse, the same impulse that drives their faceless versions to drive their faceless faces into TVs. Like I said yesterday, it'd be very interesting to see if humanity anywhere in this world is putting up any kind of resistance. Because as far as I see, no. These monsters are too good. Now, 6 teaches us that these creatures, these monsters, are created from the little people. The people like 6 and Mono, and the little girl at the end of the first game we played. They become the monsters. The little girl is going to be made into a big monster. She's being groomed for it. But you don't need to be groomed, as you call it, Saul. Now, because 6 wasn't groomed, she was at the very beginning still very timid and still loyal as a friend to Mono, which is why she came when he called her, up to the point where he pissed her off by trying to break her music box. Now, the music box was glowing pink, which seems to indicate it was the source of the signal, the backup signal, after the Hatman was dispatched. It was also obviously keeping 6 a monster. I think that had 6 not dropped Mono, and had not having the Hatman be created not caused a time issue, a paradox, they just moved forward, the entire city probably would have fallen apart by this time, because you've seen how the city bends to the Hatman. What's left of the original human city is just falling apart, but I believe that mass we saw in the tower of humans is probably everywhere in the Pale City by now. And if you need to know what happens directly after this and before the next game, 7 goes off to wander the streets. 7, I called her 7 again. 6 goes off to wander the streets until she's taken by a boatman, the ferryman, to the next game. I can't skip this. This is one of the first unskippable scenes. So I don't think I got the extra. I'm just going to say that right now, so we're going to move on from here. I don't think I got the extra credit scene. So what happens in the extra credit scene is 6 comes out of the TV, just like Mono, and she looks up and she sees her shadow self, and then her stomach starts growling, which becomes a thing in the next game. I don't want to spoil it, but it's important. Both the fact that her shadow self still exists, so the photographer is separated in some way, and the fact that she's hungry. Now the question is the solid 6 and the shadow 6 the same person split, making her empty, also creating problems of hunger? Or is the shadow 6 the original 6 and the solid 6 a new being possessing the body? I think they're the same creature, same person, split in 2. My first idea on that is the fact that with Shadow 6 still around, 6 in the TV was pretty much yelling for Mono's help, almost got out of the TV, but before Hatman took her. The second clue on that is even though she was a monster, she answered his call. She was pretty much docile to Mono up until he hit the music box. I believe that the Solid 6 and the Shadow 6 are the same people, but they've been split up. This messes up 6 even more than she was already messed up. I mean, we saw her snapping fingers and beating kids, porcelain kids, so she already had a little issues. But this messes her up even more And this creates the hunger, which becomes a theme in the next game. I really wish... Oh, I just fast forward the freaking credits. Can we fast forward them more, please? Because I want to show you all something before I head off. The reason I know it's a loop. How are there this many people on the indie project? Customer service, QA support, customer service, digital, Japanese translation. It's always weird as a guy who grown up with most of my games coming from Japan to see that it has to go in reverse sometimes. Even though this is a Bandai Namco game, I believe this was made elsewhere, and it had to be translated into Japan. And now a lot of games are made in America, and you get like Japanese translations because they're originally English. I think we're at the end. Yeah, I didn't get the extra. So if I hit resume game or new game? Hold on. We're going to just hit chapter select and see what happens. Yep, I missed the glitches in this one. I missed two of the glitches here. But we're not going for the glitches now. We're just going to show you something. The hallway, now you know it's at the end of it. Now you know its significance. Now, do you see what I said? Oh, by the way, we should have to do a hat. Look at the hat. I am now the hat boy. Anyway, you saw the significance, right? I told you to pay attention to this the very first time I came out of it. It was on, we came out using our powers. Powers we shouldn't have. Powers we didn't discover till later. This is a loop. I don't understand how the loop works, but somehow the game ends, and then Mono comes back here. Somehow the Hatman already exists at this time, so Mono as the Hatman exists at this time, and he's also sent back to the loop. Split in two, sorta like Six herself. Now, what is the Hatman's goal here? Is the Hatman sending himself back just so the loop can continue, and he can continue to exist, knowing that he will actually die in the future, even though he tries really hard to catch us? Does the Hatman send us back trying to maybe break the loop, maybe trying to get us to save 6 and have 6 save us. Unfortunately, I have scoured the internet for lore, and there is absolutely no way to save Mono. He becomes the Hat Man no matter what you do. The only difference ending is the one ending I told you where she comes out of the TV at the end, and she's split into two as the Darkness and herself. And that's it. That is the end of this game. It was a 15-minute run here. It was actually maybe like a 40-minute playtime with some credits and talking, but it was fun. I expected it to be longer. I probably could have ended this the other day. This will be our final land stream for the week. I know I had originally said Saturday and Sunday could possibly be streams, but they've changed me to morning at work, so I can't stream during those days. And I work so early tomorrow that I won't have time to get my son to school, stream, and get to work. So it's not going to be possible to stream for the next 3 days. As soon as I get my schedule tomorrow up on Twitter or Facebook, I'll let y'all know exactly what's happening next week. There is one more game in this series we need to play, the original Little Nightmares, the 3rd story in Six's story, and the only story so far where we will be controlling Six herself. Only, we'll have a different view on it as we enter it compared to the people who played that game first. I'm going to be kind of sad I'm already done with this game. They're too short. Such good music. Also, this block came through. It's almost like this block came through with us. I always thought there was a glitch remain down here. I don't know. Somewhere around here. Usually my block fell on the body. Anyway, I will see y'all when I see y'all next week. If I happen to have Monday off, Sunday night might be a date. It might not. Just depends how Monday's going. And if not, then I'll see you sometime next week. Y'all have a great rest of the week. And rest of the weekend, actually. Enjoy hanging out with your families. Enjoy watching TV and other streamers. Remember, I'm always showing a few streamers down there. If they're on, feel free to watch them. It's either my friend AF Blessing, or my brother, Sir Wint, or our friend. I can't remember what his stream name is. That's bad. A friend of mine. They're always playing random things. We're done with this, so this will be our last Let's Play of Little Nightmares 2. I don't think I'll be starting Little Nightmares 1 immediately. I have too much going on right now. There is some good news. I've been working on Final Fantasy VII. So we have just the finished Tifa's limit breaks. I'm at the poorly named Dolphin Blow. And then after that, we'll endgame that. We'll probably need a chunk of time to endgame that. So we'll need a good night where I can stay up as late as possible. Because I'm pretty sure the northern cave takes a minute. Yes, I'm aware how to jump. The game's like, are you having issues? No, I finished you. I know what I'm doing. Are you happy? Make that go away. I like games that do that. Different sound. Grass? Leaves? Wood? You could tell what the concrete sounded like, and I bet you there's mud over here. Can't touch it. Oh, there's leaves. It's kind of a leaf for some reason. Anyway, I'm screwing around too much. I will see y'all when I see y'all. Y'all have a good night.